Last week we went over a Polymaker light box that I showed you how to do a few little things on. Let me get fusion only. So this is the one that we went through last week. And the goal now, so last week I spoke about making this logo a rotating clockwise image, our logo, 3D printed logo light box. So the goal is to make this a light box with a rotating Polymaker logo. So what I have gone ahead and done is, this is the motor that you can get from Bambu Maker Supply. It's only $4 and some change. I'll go ahead and show you where you can find that. So if you go to my website, please use my website for anything to help support me. That would be much appreciated. But you can go to the affiliate links and click go here, and it'll take you to the Bambu website. And from there, you can go to Maker Supply. There's a ton of cool projects there, or you can find, I just purchased the kit, and it has a whole bunch of different motors, springs, LEDs, and whatnot. Or if you want to buy individual hardware parts, here's all the hardware. Or if you want electronics, here's where you can find electronics. And the cool thing about this is they are pretty good price. The LEDs are expensive, but all the other parts are very cheap, like this motor, $4.24. And I'll show you the cool thing. If you want to make more projects, such as the one I'm about to show you, you can go to the page. It has all of the dimensions if you want to reverse engineer it like I did. However, I reverse engineered mine before this was available. They also have the 3D document. You can click this and download the step file and import this straight into Fusion 360 or whatever CAD modeling program you're using. And then you can use this motor to put it in place. It's very, very convenient. So without further ado, I'll show you what I did. I went ahead and made a mounting bracket for this motor. That way I can fasten it down in place. This is going to take M3 bolts, and I made three bolt hole fasteners, whatever you want to call it, the mounts. I've actually printed this out already. Oh, it's right in front of me. And this is what I came up with. So basically I can take this motor mount and throw it into any design that I want to use it in, if this thing would focus correctly. But it's held in there really, really tight and snug. Just 3 M3 by 16 bolts is what I used. And I'll show you how we're going to start to make this happen. So I've already tried this on the Polymaker light box. I made this spin in circles. However, the motor spins counterclockwise, and you could simply just remove the soldering and flip the wires, but I don't want anybody to require soldering. So what I'm going to do is put some gearing to make this rotate make it rotate clockwise, because the gear spins counterclockwise straight from how you buy it. So this is where I'm at right now. Polymaker light box, just like this one, except for it's a little bit thicker. I made the edge a little bit different because you can see the back plate on this one is on the back like I do normal light boxes. But on this one, I'm going to make the front plate attach to the big box. So it'll be reverse. You can see here. See, I have the box on the back, and the front is going to slide into the back box. And with that, I had to make the edges wider so that I can put the lip on the inside of the front. So I'll show you how I got to here. That way, if you want to do a project like this, you will be more than able to do so. So the first things first, I had to start with this sketch. So this is the sketch. The only thing different from the light box here is I made an extra offset so that I can do the box around it. And then also I did the circle right here because this is the circle that we're going to use to cut out the logo from the box. So I got the sketch where I want it. Next step is extrude the back plate box, the box back plate, just like a normal light box, like I do on all the other videos. The next step is to extrude the box walls, just like I do on the other videos, except on this one, I took it backwards 1 millimeter, and I'll show you how I did that. Took it backwards 1 millimeter because that front face plate is going to be 1 millimeter thick, just like we make all the other light boxes. So to make it backwards 1 millimeters, I did on the start right here, I did offset -1 millimeters. Remember, negative and positive numbers are completely different. So if I did +1, you see how it jumps ahead of the sketch. So I want to send it backwards 1 millimeters. And then on the extent type, I went to object. And then whenever you do to object, let me uncheck this. So I went to object, and then the object I wanted to go to is that back plate. And there we go. And I want it to join. It'll default to join if it's touching two different bodies together. Okay. So now we have the box. And the reason why I want to put the box on the back is because I want to mount the motor down inside of this. And then the next step is to start extruding the front plates. So I extruded all of the Polymaker teal. Next step, I extruded the white. And this is just like a normal light box, just -1 millimeters, new components, just normal light box stuff on these. Next step, I did the black for the faceplate. This is just like the other colors, -1 millimeters. And then the next step, I did the inner lip, which is the -5 millimeters, which is the reverse of how we normally do them. Remember, we normally do the 5 millimeter lip on the back plate. But like I said, we're doing this reverse so that I can mount the motor inside the box. So the next step from there, I need the motor. That way we can decide where the motor needs to go inside of here. So in order to pull the motor into the Fusion 360 project, what you do is come up here to Insert, Derive, and from there you go down to where your motor is, wherever you have it saved, and I have it in Parts, and I have one called USB Motor Mounts, which is actually the one that I want. I already have it open up here, so you would just click Select, and it's going to take you to that project. You can click all the bodies that you want, or you can come over here, click the body, click that, and then OK. Now you can see it imported it exactly the same location where this one is. So what we want to do is we don't need the faceplate stuff anymore, so we can go ahead and hide that. And keep note of how organized I have all of these components named. Front teal, front white, front black. This makes your project a lot easier to go over if you know exactly what everything is. So I'm going to go ahead and hide all of the front. So now what I can do, this is not the correct orientation. So what I need to do now is put this flush up against this back plate. So what I'm going to do is hide the box, select everything. But one thing I forgot to mention is you see the black arrow right here. It is linked to this project. So this project location is where it was imported. So what you have to do if you want to move this around, and then also I have the USB motor right here. What you have to do is right click and then break link. What that's going to do, you can see my other one popped up now. I don't need to be seeing this one, this one, this one. Okay. So what we need to do now is select everything and then bring the box back. What we can do is hit M, which is the shortcut for move, or you can click move. So I'm going to hit M, and I know I need this thing rotated 90 degrees this direction, and I need it, I want the drive on the opposite side because the circle is going to be rotating. So I need to flip it 180 degrees. And from here, we have it the correct orientation, but now we need the back of it to touch the front of this. So what we can do now is come to the move copy tool, and we're going to go point to point. And I want to go from, let's just say, the center of this circle. You can select any point you want and it'll snap it into place. And then I want to go to this point. And there we go. Now it is stuck to the face of that. Now what we can do is come back to free move. Make sure you're looking at it straight. Now you can drag it around. If you need perfect increments, you can type it in. However you need it. So I know I want this somewhere around right here. And then once you're done, just click OK. And now you have the motor in place. And now if we look at it with the front, and front, now you can see that I have a motor in place. Here's the motor, the drive shaft, and, or the drive pin, whatever you want to call that. And now, for our next week, I will be going over, I'll be adding in the gearing, a mounting post for the front logo and such. But I think that's about all we need to go over this week. But that is how you can insert, derive other components, and then also pull these bodies from the Bambu Maker Supply. And I have that mount. So now all I got to do with this mount is just combine it with the back plate and it'll be glued together. And then I will have this pin, or the little cradle, to screw down to it. Easy peasy. All right, that's all I have for this week. And then next week we will start working on gearing this and then putting the front logo on here. I'll try not to make this too many series, maybe 1 or 2 more videos to complete this project, and then you can come up with your own projects on how to utilize this motor, possibly inside some light boxes or other projects. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Remember, every Tuesday I live stream these in the Polymaker Discord, and if you have any questions while I'm doing this, all you have to do is ask the questions in the Discord chat while I'm streaming this live. So again, thank you for watching. If you could use my affiliate links for any purchases, that would be greatly appreciated. It helps me out a ton. That way I can keep making these rather than going back to work in the refineries. Yay, yay. So that's it, and we will see you next week. Thank you.